username to don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere. Richard Hart, bracket, don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere, bracket. That's fucked up, right? But I'm out there actually making an effort trying to stop the fucking scams. And everyone else is like, oh, fucking that Richard, yeah, he's a scammer.
Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call them Mexicans. ICOs, pump and dumps, they always try to take you. Buy low, sell high, I'm tired of your fake news. You need a token, you broken.
Hey, bang, bang. Welcome to the Vets and Crypto Show. It's your boy Vets with the man, Randy Hilarski. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Man, another chaotic week. Life is crazy. Lots of shit happening in our crypto space. Another bomber dropped yesterday.
Right? And it's only the beginning, the infancy, poquito, very little. This is the beginning of the bull, right? Like, my God, man.
Can you imagine what it's going to feel like in 6, 8, 10 months? Oh my God, chaos.
Wow. We think life is flying by now. Like, oh my God. And that's where, like, periodically we try to remind and tell everyone, hey, go touch the grass, so to speak, go live life, take a break, disconnect, reset yourself, take care of your mental health. It's all these things because it can drive you crazy. And if you make bad decisions in this shit, it's going to cost you, right? So yes, it is a caveat and a trade-off to, maybe miss something or whatever, something new is launching, this or that. But yet, if you don't have your mind right either, you can make bad decisions just as equally. So you may feel like you're missing something, but you might be doing yourself a favor if you're burned out to some degree.
Sometimes it's just best to step away.
Yeah, it's a fine balance, my friends, a fine balance.
But I made the decision that this bull run, I'm going to stay tuned in for the whole 18 months of it, wherever it's going to be, and enjoy every moment. Because last time it was just pretty much Hex, right? And I just focused on Hex, and it was pretty simple.
Yeah, it was a walk in the park, Kazansky, right?
Yeah.
Right? It was easy. Yeah, we were just going back and forth and promoting the hell out of Hex, and like now, fuck, I can't even keep track of how many things, we all share what we like and our different interests, and man, it's a lot. I mean, welcome to an L1. Hey, holy shit, you gotta open your mind, broaden the horizons.
Take me to the candy shop.
Oh yeah, man, yeah. And then you incorporate and you bring on like a guest for today, from the founder of PTGC and most recent addition or new baby UFO. So we're gonna learn and talk about that and what's going on with the aliens. And so first, let me say hello and bring them up without further ado. Good day, sir.
Welcome, sir.
What's up, Randy? What's up, Vets?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me up, Vets.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So this is the Monday show where we have Randy Hilarski as the co-host, and we there's no off limits on this one. We cover whatever we want to talk about, any chain, any token. There's no handcuffs here. We are free. Free at last, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I don't want to go down and start talking like Naga or anything, go down a voodoo ball.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't have too much experience with any other chain besides ETH and Pulse chain. I'm like directly funneled just directly into Pulse chain. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole of much more, so I can't really touch base on any of that too much, but I'm happy to talk about with anything I can participate in.
Yeah. So I guess first, for the kids at home, if just a little get to know you. Just explain who you are, what whatever you want to share about yourself, maybe hobbies, whatever. Just so people get to know who you are and what you stand for and what your beliefs are, kind of.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I got a phone call.
Yeah.
Can you please just say that again? My apologies.
Yes, I was asking if you wouldn't mind, at your own discretion, sharing what you would like to share with the kids at home, hobbies, interests, just so they can get to know the man behind the product and get to know you.
Yeah. So as far as work goes, I come from a line of structural steel. I have a structural steel company based in California. So that's kind of what I do all day. And part of my day on the weekends is just run that and work there. I have a son that's 10 months old and a beautiful wife. So that takes up the other part of my life. And then I try to squeeze crypto in every crack I can.
Congrats on the kid,
Yeah, thank you. For fun, I like to play pickleball. I play a lot of pickleball. I come from a background of high-level tennis. I used to play a lot of tennis as a kid, so I don't play any tennis anymore, but once I kind of heard about pickleball, it's a good in-between sport as I've gotten older and I can't run a full court, so they shrank it down a quarter of the size to make it easier for me, and that's actually been a lot of fun lately. I've been doing a lot of that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, here in Panama, it just took over. It's paddle here. They had pickleball out at the beaches, but then they made a new one called paddle out of Spain, and there's paddle places everywhere. Took over.
Yeah. The paddles now, I feel like even like pickleball was taken away, but now padel, I think that's what they call it here. Maybe it's paddle or whatever, is like now coming by storm.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet though.
Yeah, they love it, man.
Yeah, good deal. So a little about myself. I did 4 years in the Marine Corps. I've been self-employed ever since I got out back in 2000. So 2017 was mining Ethereum, and then one thing led to the next, and introduction, and found RH and Hexologist and Hex, and here we are, man. Fast forward, right? It's crazy. What a journey.
They got axe throwing at our Hooters here.
Really? That's smart of them. That's really smart.
Yeah. We go to Hooters all the time. My kid loves it. So.
I'll leave it alone.
I was going to say, your kid loves it? Is that the truth?
There's many directions we can go in that way. The food is great. I can only imagine. Will you take a picture next time you're there? I bet you he would love to take a picture. Use the kid.
Look, we got pictures when he was a newborn with the same girls. He took another picture 5 years later. That same two girls.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Did you guys see The Lowest of Stakes? Did you guys both watch it?
Yeah, that was good. That was some good comedy, man.
That was my kiddo, man. My kiddo. He was the one that said,
I saw him. He's famous. Maximus is famous. Shit, up there.
I've never even heard of this.
This is the 9-inch play on our PP or pleb play on the whole highest of stakes, and they turn it into like a Monty Python type of thing. It's hysterical. It came out yesterday.
Oh, it just came out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't even heard even anything about it. So I'm gonna. Where is this? Where do we?
On YouTube on Hexy Bastards channel.
Okay. Yeah.
I was dying, man. And then at the end, my son's dancing away, and we had a good old time. The guys in the UK, they have a different sense of humor, and they really ran with it on this hour and 25-minute long.
Wow.
Of these guys doing stupidest shit ever. Oh god. But yeah, Hayden. So we're both We're both proud owners of PTGC. I did pick up a bunch of UFO on day one. So most people here probably don't even know about PTGC. So you might want to start how that idea came about and what your plans were with PTGC, and then why UFO and Alien, and I think Burn is yours as well.
Alien isn't mine. Alien's a community members of the PTGC, so it's a support token. They've been pretty benevolent with the whole entire thing, but it isn't part of something that I've launched. But it's a great contribution to the ecosystem, and it seems to be doing very well too. And people have been happy with it.
I thought it was yours. That's why I bought it back in the day.
No. No, it's not. But they've seemed to be fair and good with it. And it pays passive tokens that I have created. So that's cool. Yeah, so I can start with PTGC. So like 7 months ago, I was I guess before 7 months ago, right when Pulse Chain launched, I started working on PTGC, which is the idea behind it was the first DAO of Pulse Chain. It's completely decentralized, completely automated, so all the rewards are automatically sent to you via reflections, or you can claim your staking rewards, and you can participate in the DAO at any time being a staker. If you're in the top 100, you can actually even put proposals in, and you can decide what those funds are used for the future growth of PTGC. Kind of the idea behind that is you have fully decentralized code, but you can ever grow on top of that using DeFi. So like being locked into code and being locked to certain things, you actually kind of are stuck within those restrictions, and you can't continuously evolve with what the market does around you and what new things come out with. So I thought the DAO was a great way to continuously grow PTGC, but remaining fully decentralized. And doing that, like we've used a lot of those funds for just buying and burning of the PTGC token, and also different LP pairings. So as we were getting closer to the launch of PTGC, I was kind of just studying how Pulse Chain was working, and I noticed that it was working in such a different fashion than Ethereum. And there was all these arbitrage bots hopping between LP pools, and they were able to hop so rapidly and so much due to the gas fees being so low over here. So with Ethereum, to just do a basic swap, when gas fees are high, it's like $15. Obviously, when it's low, it's like $3-4. But in an ARB opportunity, they need to be making more than the gas they're spending. So ultimately, these gaps become larger on Ethereum and less often. But on Pulse Chain, since the gas is so cheap, these opportunities come up very, very often. And these ARB bots move money around like no one's business. So when I saw this money getting moved around between projects like crazy, I was like, okay, well, I need to look at PTGC and how can I structure PTGC to get PTGC in the middle of these ARB bots. Because if I see this money moving from A to B, I want to put PTGC right in the middle, make the money go through PTGC, and then PTGC will charge it the 5% tax. When we charge these ARB bots the 5% tax, we distribute these rewards to the holders and stakers, into the buy and burn, into the LP ads via the code of PTGC. That being said, we had to create the LP web, and that's like what I believe is the best part of PTGC. Is we designed it to where we could add any pairing to PTGC, and as we add these different pairs to PTGC, it doesn't matter which pair, the tax applies with every single one. So as we build a teddy bear pool, or as we build a PDI pool, or a hex pool, ink pool, it doesn't matter. The ARB bots then will move the money through these pools, and we get to tax those events. So as the volume or volatility or whatever goes into PTGC, PTGC goes up in price. But then all these other pools haven't gone up in price. So then the bots have to move money to these other pools and move those prices up. So then we get to tax the bots when they sell from the PTGC pool and then they rebuy from the other pool. So we actually charge them twice. But then On top of that, if any movement happens in all of the pulse chain market, if ink goes on a run, that tugs the price up of PTGC in that pool, and then the bots recognize that that PTGC is overpriced. So then they have to bring that PTGC and bring it to another pool, and then we tax those events as well. So it technically is, it doesn't matter if there's any buys or sells on PTGC whatsoever, as long as there's volatility and volume on the pulse chain market whatsoever, PTGC gets to rake in those rewards, and we get to disperse them via buy and burns, LP ads, and rewards. This idea was generated, and it was kind of, I did the math, I watched it, and I had all the faith in it, but it wasn't tested yet because no one really did this ever before. I don't know of this ever being done on any other blockchain. I've kind of watched it be done on Pulse Chain via not similar tokenomics at 5% tax and stuff like that. But it was ultimately a test that I believed was going to work. And now that I'm like 7 months into it, I've confirmed that it works, and it's actually worked even better than I planned. I realized this 4 months ago, and that's when I started kind of brainstorming UFO, and I recognized what the most successful part of PTGC was and what continued giving value to PTGC, and it was the LP web necessarily. And I realized the bigger I can create this web, the more volume the RBots have to move. So the bigger these LP pools get, the RBots now have to move instead of $100, $1,000, from $1,000 to $10,000. So now I get to tax $10,000 and bring that back to my community instead of taxing $100. So then I kind of started thinking of the idea of like, okay, well, what if when someone stakes, instead of them just staking their tokens and those tokens just sitting there and not working for us, what if I made it to where everyone could, when they stake, they take the UFO token, and the staking method is getting put into an LP pool. So then everyone is going to be automatically already using their RH tickers that we all know and love and have, because they're all sitting in our wallet catching dust at this moment. So I've created a tool for everyone to now put your RH tickers to work for you. So now when you put your RH tickers to work for you, you're now growing the web of UFO itself. And as everyone grows the web of UFO, it actually now creates more ARB opportunities for these bots. And then those bots then in turn start earning more rewards and more rewards and more rewards. And this is like a lot different than a standard farm, to where when they get paid out in like an incentive token, where there's a certain amount of incentive token that are going out in a weekly or monthly basis or so forth. So as more people go into that specific farm, the percent of APR actually decreases rapidly. But in this style of fashion, as more people go into the farm, they are adding to the liquidity web because there's 7 different options. So anyone could go anywhere and they add to these different options. And as these different options grow, it creates more ARB opportunities. So actually every single user is actually earning their own rewards for the most part. So every time a new user comes in, it actually doesn't decrease the APR as rapidly as a normal farm. And I actually, go ahead.
Hey, Hayden, could we, or Vets, could you share the screen and go to the Gray's website and show the different pairs that we have already? And Hayden, I saw, I've already used, I'm in the Hex / UFO pair. I'm in the UFO Pulse pair. Now, there's a whole bunch of them here. And are you going to continue adding?
No. So it's fully like locked code. So I can't go and add or take away any pairs from this. So I went with what I believed were right now the safest, and also the pairs that we know everyone has. And that's really the main reason I went with these. Is if we have large people pair themselves and pair us with tokens that possibly don't withstand the length of Pulse Chain, then they become an anchor and not really a positive attribute, because if they don't rise up with the rest of the Pulse Chain ecosystem, or if there's a bunch of actors in these other tokens that continue to sell instead of buy, they actually become anchors to our web effect. So I believe that no matter what, in 10 years from now, these tickers we know will be here, in my opinion, and that was ultimately why I kind of figured to go. I also was under the assumption that I don't want people to have to go and start finding these other pairs. I wanted them to already have these tokens in their wallet. So really the only thing they had to acquire was the UFO token. So that was the key to use this tool. And then you already had all the other pieces of the puzzle.
Okay. What about the normal APR that we would earn? Where does that go? Because I went on Pulse, I went into my DBank, and the pair shows up in my DBank just as being on PulseX. So it's still earning fees, right? It's a V2 earning fees.
Yeah. So that was like it took me 3 months to really structure this the right way. I wanted it to be as if you were just using the PLS, or the PulseX V2 liquidity pools, for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to support the PulseX V2 liquidity pools. I didn't want to create some other decentralized exchange and have to worry about that. And for second, I wanted to find a way. So the reason you still see all your PLP tokens in your wallet is I designed this protocol in a fashion to where even though you're staking your PLP tokens, they still remain in your wallet. And that was important to me because, Randy, let's say a year from now, Pulse goes on a crazy run and so does UFO. And this PLP that you've provided in the UFO ecosystem, the PTGC ecosystem, is up 50x. Well, now, let's say you had $2,000 in this farm, well, you would now have $100,000 in this farm. And I want to make sure the users that are using my products have self-custody. I don't want your $100,000 sitting in a smart contract somewhere waiting to get hacked or stolen from you. So if I can do anything willingly possible to keep your tokens in your wallet, then I know your tokens are safe with you and I don't have to worry about them anymore.
Yeah, I think you did that with PTGC as well, right?
Same thing with PTGC. It was even more important with this protocol to me because you're not only putting up your UFO, but you're putting up your PLS also. So let's say you're a whale and you want to make your PLS work for you and you go and put $100,000 into this protocol, and then this protocol and PLS does 100x. Well, now you would have, whatever that would be, $1 million or $10 million sitting out of your custody. It should never be that way. And ultimately, even if I was that user and I'm the creator of this protocol, I wouldn't even want to trust $10 million of my personal funds sitting in a smart contract somewhere. So the way I designed it is no matter what, when you're staking, all your funds remain in your wallet. You have complete self-custody.
I remember when I first got into PTGC 5 months ago or so, and I went to go sell my PTGC and it kept failing. I'm like, what the hell? It's in my wallet. But then I realized I think it was VETS or Rip City Hacks told me that, oh no, Randy, did you stake your key? Did you stake your PTGC? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, those tokens are actually staked. You cannot sell them until your stake is done. I'm like, oh, that's right. They stay in your wallet. I can see them, but they're not available because I staked them.
Yeah. And a lot of people aren't used to that for 2 reasons. One, because most people don't care to take your custody away from you and they don't care to send your tokens to a staking contract because people aren't as educated as the Pulse Chain community from Richard Hart. And then even with Hex, the way Richard Hart fixed this situation is he burns your Hex when you stake it and then he remints it. So it's not a smart contract that actually has these tokens. It's just burnt and reminted, which personally, I don't like creating products that have mint functions because sometimes these mint functions have issues and then there becomes events where they just continuously mint and people find loopholes to mint. So for me, it's better just to create a product that has a max supply and just keep the user in custody of their own tokens.
Okay.
So there's a little caveat. So you want to at least keep one token in your wallet so you see the rewards, right?
What token as far as in your wallet goes?
Well, I guess I'm referring more to I experienced this with so like on the PTGC side with like Alien and Burn, you necessarily won't see them in your wallet, depending on the wallet, right? Now there's that caveat. So like MetaMask, you want to keep at least one Alien, or you need to also in addition add the contract address. Whereas like Rabby is smarter and it pulls it and it just like shows up in your wallet. So there's little nuances, I guess I'm just trying to point out between wallets and functionality. Have you played or you familiar with any of those little nuances at all? Or
yeah, well, so like how Alien and Burn works is those you don't have to do anything with those tokens. They just automatically reflect into your wallet. And then like with Burn, it automatically just pays you PLS rewards just with what you have sitting in that wallet. So you necessarily don't ever have to do anything with that token whatsoever. Once you buy it, it just automatically starts paying you. And UFO and PTGC are the same way. It's just with UFO and PTGC, you can do additional things with it to earn additional APR.
Gotcha. So we got the website pulled up here. You have UFO paired with DAI, PLS, PLSX, Inc. We have Hex from Ethereum, Hex on Pulse Chain, and good old PTGC. Give us some stats. How much have you guys burned since the inception, since the start? Of how much UFO have you burned?
Yeah, so UFO has honestly been burning like crazy. So we've already bought and burnt in 4 days, 4% of the supply.
Woo! Hot damn.
Yeah.
Bro, you got what the hell you got cooking under the hood, man? Shit, you got turbo rocket boosters.
Yeah, the liquidity web's been doing its thing, and that if it's burnt that much, that means it's paid out a shit ton of PLS. So
fuck yeah. I mean, I've been running around trying to, say my piece. Like, hey, you guys might want to get into this.
Where do we check how much PLS we've earned? It just shows up on our wallet.
Well, funny you asked there, Randy. Why don't we take the young lad to the section of the UFO PLP? It's easy if you're scrolling through to overlook this. So kind of go a little slower, but UFO PLP rewards, it's there. And this is where. So you want to explain the functionality of how the rewards claiming and stuff works?
yeah, well, the claiming part's pretty easy. You just hop onto this page right here and then hit claim. And if you have multiple LP pools at the bottom, you can just hit claim all, and it will just claim the LP pools for you. How the functionality of it works, though, is when you create that LP pool, right at that point, the smart contract runs your tokens through the smart contract, so it eliminates all the taxation of the token. So when you run it through the smart contract, you don't have to pay the tax fees of the UFO token itself because the smart contract's excluded from fees. So if you did it via normal PulseX, you would have to pay the 6% fee. But since you run it through the DApp, you have...
Oh, phone call.
I'm getting another call right now.
Yeah.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we got you, bro.
Just give me a thumbs up because I can't hear you until this call ends. Okay, I'll keep going. But so when you use the DApp, there's actually no fees to adding the LP. So you can go and come just normal, like a zero tax token. But when you do it with the DApp, right when you create that LP, it registers how much UFO you put into that LP, and that's your UFO shares. And your UFO shares is directly correlated with the amount of they all go to the same pool. So no matter if you go into any of the liquidity pools, you're still just getting UFO shares, and it gets lumped together with every other user in the protocol. So every time there's the 3% tax on every transaction, it gets divided up amongst everyone with those UFO shares. And this is cool because now one LP pair doesn't pay you any bit different than another LP pair. So it doesn't matter which one you go into. All that matters is the amount of UFO you put into that LP pair when you initiate it. And then as price goes up, you're actually losing your UFO because people are technically buying it from you due to impermanent loss. But you don't lose your UFO shares because you lock in that rate when you create that LP pool. So as time goes on, if this does a bunch of X's, it incentivizes you to actually stay in the LP pool, because as soon as you close this LP pool down, you lose your UFO share rate, which was made 6 months ago. So now people are incentivized to actually stay in the LP pool. And even this helps you if you bought the top. Let's say you're someone who bought the top and you lock in a horrible UFO share rate. Well, then if the price goes down, you now have put more UFO in your liquidity pool because the price went down, so the UFO grew. You can actually close your LP pool and then reopen it at a better share rate. So if there's a 50% drop, you now just got yourself a 50% better share rate just by readjusting your pool. So then it's not only a negative feature when price goes down, you can actually readjust yourself and then reap the benefits if just the same way if you got in at the lower price.
Right.
Outstanding. I want to give everyone an update about.
I think I have to exit out real quick, and then I'm gonna hop back in so I can hear you guys again. Okay.
Okay. All right. So what happened with me is I set mine up, my UFO. So it would have been yesterday, probably around 3 p.m. So almost 24 hours ago, a little over 24 hours ago, and it's earned me 420,000 PLS in the two pools that I'm in, and it's not a ton of money. I just want to make that clear to everybody. The Hex one was a pretty decent amount, but the other one, the UFO with PLS, was probably a 3 million pulse chain that I put in there. But holy crap, man, that's gonna end up being, let's just round it up to 500,000. So you're looking at about 15 million pulse chain a month with the current situation, just coming in. Yeah. I love this kind of shit. Yeah. Hey, Jay's like, Randy's wheels are turning.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, sir. You sound good.
Okay. Now
I'm a gamification freak. When I see this kind of stuff, when I start to grasp it with this and some of the other projects that are being built right now with really smart token economics, holy crap, man. I'm loving Pulse Chain. We're having so much fun.
Well, you want to know, this is like the craziest part that I still can't even believe is PTGC and UFO are volume and volatility based protocols built on a blockchain that actually no one has really came over to yet. So we're completely built on a blockchain that has low volume, but we're a protocol that is volume based and we're thriving. So once volume actually comes to Pulse Chain, since we're a volume and volatility based protocol, we're going to amplify. So let's say Pulse Chain's volume and price 10x's from here. Well, then that's going to make it so all of our liquidity pools, since they're pretty much burnt and locked, and then with UFO, they're just fully incentivized for people to stay. There's no reason for people to leave. So when those LP pools go up 10x, that means the volume is going to increase 10x because the majority of the rewards are coming from the R bots, and now they're going to move 10x more money. So if you think that the rewards and the burn rate are good at these levels, just wait until actual adoption comes to Pulse Chain, and then it amplifies volume and volatility based protocols like PTGC and UFO.
Yeah, I love these R bots. These R bots, they're just
everybody's working to learn how to manipulate and you can kind of coerce them into a direction, a funnel, whatnot.
There's so many different ways to use them. Like even you see the Tropa ecosystem using them in a different way, and you can see all these other builders using these bots. Like even you guys, I can see when you guys create your web with Nope and with Axis, and that's you're now connecting all these protocols together. So then when one rises up, they all rise up together. When one moves, they all move because they now become so connected via LPs and then the bots just fix it all on their own. We don't even need to do anything. That it's just Pulse Chain's now just this huge connected web that just once Pulse actually moves up, all the projects that have product market fit just move up together. And it's just like, it's really not even funny. Like when Ethereum came out, no one was building awesome DeFi products with huge communities on it. They were just using Ethereum. It was like 6 years later when actual DeFi products came out. Well, RH just gave us a freaking reset on the whole thing. And then we have all like the smartest crypto people all coming together and building together and building awesome DeFi protocols right at launch. So then when Pulse Chain actually starts to move, like, dude, we're below stack rate 50%. All these people are doing is getting good amounts of Pulse Chain at below stack rate, putting them into their protocols for the future of these protocols, which just means like once Pulse Chain actually starts to move, all these protocols that have been building right now, and this isn't even like just relevant to UFO or PTGC or even Nope, just like every product or every protocol that's been gathering PLS and building product market fit, when Pulse Chain starts to move up, we all will just move up with Pulse Chain, and any other project that builds later in time is going to have a really, really hard time competing because we're going to have so much liquidity and so much positive price movement due to Hart's Law. It's almost unfair to projects coming out in a couple years.
It is, and I don't feel bad for them because they could have been here, or the people that are sitting on the sidelines, the maxis who are sitting on the sidelines laughing at us right now. They're down, and I'm able to pull hundreds of millions of pulls a month right now, and not selling anything, just using LP.
Not selling?
This is
hashtag never selling. Yes, yes, it's beautiful. And I think it's really important too with everything that's going on in the world that we always talk about in the community and whatnot. But like, and even now, like we see it with Coinbase and everything, like they throttle your freaking limits, how much you can deposit, this and that. I know DCC, the baller he is, like he's gotten throttled back on his limits. Like everybody, it's you want to talk about conspiracies and cabals, shit. That's the biggest one ever. Wow. Like, man, like, let's get over it.
I'm just thankful for Tower Bank here in Panama. 50K a day is the limit.
Yeah.
I could use that. I could deal with that.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, so you got to be pretty happy with your chart here. Let me go back to this one. That's on the 4 hour even. Just great, congrats. It's just, and then PTGC's.
How many days now? We're on day 3, right?
4 days.
4 days. Okay.
Right.
Today is tomorrow is a new moon, so we're right in that bullish. What a great time to launch a project, especially UFO. You guys are sitting on the dark side of the moon and just take advantage of this new moon cycle.
Yeah, especially with PLS just retracing. Like some people look at it as a negative, and I'm just like, all right, I'll just ride that right back up. Like that works good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously a direct beneficiary. PTGC has been bouncing back, performing, and go ahead.
Yeah, so UFO has a 1% buy and burn for UFO and a 1% buy and burn for PTGC. So with all this volume and volatility on UFO, that's also helping PTGC at the same time. And due to the web forever increasing with UFO and that 1% tax that's associated with UFO, that will just increase the buy and burn going to PTGC indirectly with a completely sub like web, even though that web isn't connected to PTGC itself. It's connected to a token that benefits PTGC at the same time.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of why you see that little kick up right there.
We
were coming for 10% of the supply bought and burn of PTGC. and we're at like 9.5 for a while. It's just been a little bit more difficult, especially with Pulse retracing a little bit, because then we obviously rode up with it and then rode down and people get scared. But then right when UFO launched, because of uptick in volume just with UFO, it took us over 10% of PTGC bought and burnt forever, which is a large amount in only 7 months of being on the market.
Oh, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that is hot tamales. Hot tamales, tell you that much.
Oh god, if people understood these bots, they wouldn't be thinking about trading anymore. The last time I thought about like, oh, what if we go up 10x and we could sell 20% and double, you know, like how I had this old idea of how I would trade for years, and I threw that out the window with liquidity and stuff. I don't need to trade. Just let's do it this way, and I don't have to click sell. I just withdraw. It's a lot cleaner.
And you're helping the ecosystem at the same time. Like that's like one of the things that I've like always tried to like, okay, us as Pulse Chain people, we need to support the thing that we plan on paying us for the rest of our lives. Like I plan on Pulse Chain being around forever, so we can't just be constant extractions of the ecosystem. We also have to be givers to the ecosystem. So then I also look at like, even though I do want to use Pulse Chain to better my family's life, I also have to make sure Pulse Chain's here forever to better my family's life. So you can't just take from the resource, you have to also plant the seeds so the next crop can grow.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that I think is cool with like passive income plays like PTGC and UFO. You actually can like just park your funds there, have those funds work for you. You never have to touch the initial, and then you can just take that APR. And if you do need money to exit, just exit your APR and have your initial work for you for the rest of your life. And that initial will grow in value on its own over time. And you never had to pull from it, because if you keep pulling from it, eventually it runs dry.
Yes, it does.
And so staking is only currently, or is only available through PTGC? Is there going to be UFO, or you just hodl UFO and that's all you got to do, or any additional kickers to earn?
Well, the plan with UFO is the staking mechanism in it is the LP providing.
Okay, that you're just it's already out. It's set. You're not one. Well, you could always add if you wanted to, but you don't have any intentions, because that's your game theory is the LPs.
Yeah, that's where if you want to participate in making additional rewards, I want LPs to be the best option, because when you go to LPs, you're going to be amplifying the whole entire mechanic of the machine. And when you amplify the whole entire mechanic of the machine, you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping the whole UFO and PTG system alone.
Yeah. Hey, you mind? So AJ Rip City Hex is asking, are you getting reflections while providing LP?
You are not. So if you want to earn, how I kind of have told people to play it is, if you're wanting to earn UFO reflections and you're wanting to earn PLS and rewards, it's good to divide your stack up into possibly two. Keep your bag that you hold and keep your bag that you provide in LP. The reason I think this is kind of cool is you actually, as more people provide LP, you actually make it more incentivizing for people just to hold, because there's less people dipping into the holding rewards as the reflections, because there's less people to divide it out to. But then that same goes the other direction. If people are more interested in just holding, now there's less people to divide the LP rewards to, and the less people that you have to divide the LP rewards to is technically the more you're going to get as well.
So Paul Sachs is asking, UFO going to close the ratio on PTGC?
I look at them as two completely different products. PTGC pays all its rewards out in its own currency. So there isn't a transfer that actually sells the tokens into PLS besides what goes to the DAO. So if users decide to sell their rewards with PTGC, where lately it's just been, or since the launch, people have been gaining a lot of PTGC just by holding them. I believe that will help PTGCs get X's, especially because people are incentivized to add liquidity, and the less liquidity that there is, the more X's there is. So that's why PTGC ultimately is easier to pump, maybe not at this time, but in the future, I believe PTGC will have less liquidity than UFO. UFO will have a ton of liquidity, so it's going to be harder to go up, but it also will be harder to come down. Okay. And also there will be more value there for everyone in UFO, because the more liquidity that's there, the more value there is for everyone to use. So it kind of depends on what you as a user find important. Some users care about X's, and they don't ever really think about that no one gets all those X's. There's always someone who sells the top and starts selling that price down. Not everyone gets to get that 100X if there's no liquidity there. But if you build a protocol that has enough liquidity for everyone, and it does a 100X, everyone wins. And that's what's kind of crazy about UFO at this moment is we're closing on like $2 million of liquidity, and we're only at a $3.3 million market cap. So even though, yeah, it's like, it's crazy. There's almost enough money in there for everyone to just, it's like, yeah, especially considering 4% is already bought and burned. So no one can ever even get that value out.
Bro, that's just, yeah, that's sick, man. That's sick. Did we anything on the main website? Since we're kind of teeter-tottering between PTGC and stuff, you want to cover staking, DAO? You got a game here. I don't think a lot of people are familiar with the game aspect.
Yeah, the game's kind of a fun way to a ticket's fairly cheap. I think it's like a penny or something like that, or 10 cents. I'm going to be adjusting the game after I get everything wrapped up with the devs, because a community member suggested that we make it to where 25% of the PTGC constantly rolls into the next game, so it's ever growing. And I did think that was a pretty cool idea to continuously incentivize the fresh new game. And if the fresh new game is always bigger than the last game, it's going to just keep compounding and bringing more users in and in and in. So after I wrap up what I'm working on, I am going to make that adjustment to the code of the game and launch a new game and just pull this one down. But yeah, it's a fun game to play. I feel like everyone puts code on blockchain and it's always related to a token. And I think what's cool about our game is it's decentralized code on the blockchain that's just not associated with the token. And there's tons of way to use blockchain that doesn't always just have to be about a token, and this is a good example of it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like the future gamification, what you got in store and what you're planning here. It's gonna be good. So, for example, just for 10,000 PLS, that gets you one ticket, next drawings in 5 hours. As simple as that, right?
1 day, 5 hours.
Oh, excuse me. Yep, I'm blind. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, each game has a 3-day period, and pretty much everyone just gets to buy tickets for 3 days. The more tickets you buy, the more chances you have to win. And then after that 3-day period, the game automatically picks a winner based on how many, just based on all the random tickets out there. And if you're the winner, half the pot goes to you in PTGC, and half the pot just gets burnt into the PTGC buy and burn address.
Damn. Nice. So is the hopefully I'm posting the right Telegram group, the Grays 808? Are you piggybacking that?
I don't use that one really.
Okay.
That one's a community member, a team member made that one to talk about the amplifiers, because since we do have amplifiers like burn and stuff like that, it's hard when people are asking questions and then there's other people talking about the amplifiers and confusing them, and I don't like to distract the users as much, but I believe it's...
Oh, a phone call.
1 second. or I'll try to find it. It's on my website. I believe it's just the Gray's currency.
Oh shit! Yeah, my bad. I should have started with the website.
It should be down there. Yeah.
Yeah. My apologies. Oh boy. Oh Christ.
It's okay. People put it in the chat.
All right, good. Yeah. SMO is usually all over it. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, the Gray's currency right there. Good deal. What other man? So anything else that we need to be aware of? Any little unicorns or you know?
I wouldn't say there's any unicorns. Like, this is ultimately what I've been working on for the last 4 months. I'm pretty happy with the product that's out, and I'm going to just be spending a while now just educating people on what it is, because it's ultimately not a simple token to understand. So I feel like I just have to let people know about like what this tool is and how to use it, and how you can pretty much put all your RH tickers to work for you. And there's no reason to sit around for the next 10 months, 1 year with them sitting in your wallet if you can keep complete self-custody of them and earn PLS at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know it.
Abdul's asking, are you going to do a gauged pool on PHUX? Could that be an opportunity, a possibility?
I don't really know anything really about Fux. Is that a V3 pool or what?
It's balancer, so it's different. It's what we're using for the solid index.
Okay. Do you know if tax tokens work on that? Because I know that's a big issue with like V3 liquidity. That
I can't answer that. I think Beetroot, I believe, was on there at one time. Beetroot rugged us, but they were a tax token, I believe. But
shouldn't Fast Abdul kind of have an idea? He's in that world.
Yeah, he's answering that. He's asking the question. But
on the tax,
Fast Abdul says they can. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as far, I guess the easiest answer would be users wouldn't be able to make rewards on the PHUX website, because the PLS rewards are only paid out when you make the liquidity pools via the DApp that runs through.
Busy guy.
You
know, when you're a founder and launching stuff, you know,
you got a company. Hey,
yeah, and all that good stuff. Like, man,
do you guys want to be ballers? This is how it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy, is it, Randy? A little stressful at times, huh?
God. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Sometimes I just want to go dig a hole and crawl in it.
You know, hey, if it was easy, everybody would do it, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I should get like a separate phone that doesn't get phone calls.
See, now you're gonna be that guy. You're gonna be that guy with two phones. Like, not, you know, no, it's not a status thing. Like, it's not a necessity. It's a function thing, right?
Yeah.
Life of a streamer in the first world, I guess. You know.
Fast Abdul says, "Why not set up the DApp to add to Fux pools, and they could get paid 2 ways." Fast Abdul knows these things. Yes, he does. Well,
yeah, that might be a future conversation or something.
I want to see Fux get fixed with Deck Screener. I really want to see the pools from Fux show up, and it's a shame that they don't. And that's one of the things that's holding back the PH ecosystem.
Yeah. Yep.
I got to get going soon. We're about to hit 6 p.m. my time, so I got to get going.
Yeah. Feel free. So I'm gonna have an outro and all that good stuff. Any last minute questions, Randy? Where can the kids at home find you? What's this Patreon thing? How many members you got? What's going on in there?
I don't know, about 420 members. It just keeps growing. 5-6 new people a week, and now we're about to set up a way people could do a crypto and kind of move away from Patreon because we are crypto, right? So might as well have a crypto side. So, we have our twice a week strategy calls, and, we have our Telegram, which, there's no spammers there, and we get to have great conversations. And a lot of times it gets a little bit private, but, got Franklin there with the tech. We got Ben with the education for, safety and security and those kind of things. So, wonderful team. And if you guys are interested, come on over.
And a lot of prominent known members are in there, and they're doing a lot of creative stuff. Everyone always seems to be building. Sometimes we're getting kind of insider first knowledge-ish.
Airdrops. Lots of airdrops.
I mean, do the airdrops almost pay, or if not pay, for the Patreon?
For like 5 years, like 10 years, the airdrops have been ridiculous.
Kind of a no-brainer. I don't know. There's good people though, and that's kind of the benefit. Like, you get the benefit to kind of screen them, so to speak. It's not fully automated. You're kind of passing a sniff smell test initially.
Almost banned someone the other day because they shared some info from our group to somebody else, and that other person snitched on them and told me within 1 minute. I was like, bro, careful.
And that's good, and it's on point, and it's necessary, and just know that, peeps. Like, don't play those games, or give credit where credit is due. Don't try to make it your own, and all that. Just cite your source, short of it being, kind of confidential information. But if you're relaying data, like, if it's not your own, cite the source or where you got it. That's all.
Yeah, I like it that there's no screenshots. We're very private. It's cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, Hayden, thank you. We appreciate you coming on today. And now I feel like I understand the ecosystem a lot better now than I did before.
Yeah.
See?
No, it was good talking to you, Randy, and Vets. Thank you for hosting it.
Yes.
You're the man putting it all together.
Yep. Appreciate your guys' time. I'll hit the outro. I knew you needed this, Randy. So, just trying to look out for you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Trying to look out. All right, gentlemen. Have a good one. Take care.
Bye.
Here's a little outro for my peeps. Let's go.
Pretty scary, man. Hey, isn't it because to be on 2 feet? Holy.
Yo, it's the Hexicans again. Crypto, this ain't the end. It's real life, not pretend. The code is what we defend. We some crypto junkies. Hex and pulse chain be comfy. The price action bananas. Chimpanzees, monks, making trust asleep. How can I claim a loss? Hex and pulse chain, they didn't rug. Gary Gensler, we're the victims. I really think you just spreading some FUD. So tell me what this is about. Oh, you do anything for the clout? You are a joker, and I am dope, but that's just a fact. Full disclosure. So tell me what's next. You think with your heart's gonna run with the funds? I heard some influencers say that, and to me, that sounds really dumb. But that's just me, and we will see. Hex is no company. I own my crypto, how it should be. No restrictions, totally free. With DeFi, there's no middleman. Just code program to do what it do. Repetitive tasks, kiss my ass and regulate this new asset class, cause we some crypto.
Change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not that they can remember. But you are also taught that if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark, hungry for a midnight snack, darts towards you, then summons up all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you will have to deal with them. So if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. Over a few weeks of difficult training, my SEAL class, which started with 150 men, was down to just 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was in the boat with the tall guys, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the little guys, the Munchkin crew, we called them. No one was over 5'5". The Munchkin boat crew had 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always make good-natured fun of the tiny little flippers the Munchkins put on their tiny little feet prior to every swim. But somehow these little guys from every corner of the nation and the world always had the last laugh, swimming faster than everyone and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed, not your color, not your ethnic background, not your education, not your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not by the size of their flippers. The 9th week of training is referred to as Hell Week. It is 6 days of no sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and 1 special day at the Mud Flats. The Mud Flats are an area between San Diego and Tijuana where the water runs off and creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy patch of terrain where the mud will engulf you. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down to the Mud Flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold, the howling wind, and the incessant pressure to quit from the instructors. As the sun began to set that Wednesday evening, my training class, having committed some egregious infraction of the rules, was ordered into the mud. The mud consumed each man till there was nothing visible but our heads. The instructors told us we could leave the mud if only 5 men would quit. Only 5 men, just 5 men, and we could get out of the oppressive cold. Looking around the mud flat, it was apparent that some students were about to give up. It was still over 8 hours till the sun came up. 8 more hours of bone-chilling cold. The chattering teeth and the shivering moans of the trainees were so loud, it was hard to hear anything. And then one voice began to echo through the night. One voice raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, and 2 became 3, and before long, everyone in the class was singing. The instructors threatened us with more time in the mud if we kept up the singing, but the singing persisted. And somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, and the wind a little tamer, and the dawn not so far away. If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, King, Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope. So if you want to change the world, start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never, ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better.
time will work out. I pull around and never mind. Money, 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 must be funny in a rich man's world. Money, 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 always sunny in a rich man's world. What a place I can live if I had a little money. It's a rich man's world. It's a rich man's world. A man like that is hard to find, but I can get him off my mind. When inside, and if he happens to be
Shitcoin. So yeah, shit, right? You don't want to be in that.
99% of crypto.
This is how you make money in crypto.
Clap.
Community.
Me.
My people.
Hex. The dream coin. If you're not investing in Hex, you're making a big mistake.
Taught me everything I know.
That's freedom. Financial freedom for my family.
Bastardos.
Bastard.
Bastardo.
Bastard.
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 it's a rich man's world. Money, 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 must be funny in a rich man's world. Put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. I got you, baby. I got you, baby.
I tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition. Your kitchen trying comes alive. I jump in the shower, my blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic is jumping. Folks like me jump from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taken and no giving. They just use our buy and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. I'm not too far for your service and devotion. You might think that I might deserve a great promotion or to move ahead, but the gods will see you let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me.
Whatever the fuck's going on, that would be the fully. But obviously the real one is not.
Fucking hell, Squid Game's looking good,
So
man.
the market cap is
I need to sell some of this shit.
$1.68 trillion. And now the market. Oh! Oh! It went to zero! Yo! Damn! There we go. Squid Games. Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, good Lord. Holy shit. You seen it live, baby. You seen it live. A goddamn rock pool, baby.
So I found Bitcoin when it was at about 43,500. Rode that up. I basically went all in on Bitcoin. My idea was to stack sats and rode it all the way up to about 64, 65K, which just so happened to be the absolute top, and it never went any higher than that. Around that time, I cashed out my something like £742 to be relatively specific. I put it into Kraken and I started doing spot trading, which was good. I was learning about TA and I was doing all this, doing all my TA, drawing lines on charts and all that, crazy, wonderful stuff. It was working very well for me. And then I got introduced to this wonderful tool called margin trading, which allowed me to multiply my losses by a factor of up to 100x. So, lost all my money. Yeah, did some real fucking degen shit, man. Some real fucking degen shit.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over. Make us stronger. Do it longer, make us better. Ooh, do it well. Shoot.
Fucking wrecked again.
Shit.
Despierta ya, deja de llorar, que hoy vamos a
Don't worry, son, you got to stay baked to make it.
For fuck's sake.
Prepárate antes de que escuchen y de que el horror se desate.
Delivery or hood. I think that has been had for a silly bugger.
Fucking joking. Are you sure?
Respira, mantén la calma. Respira,
Hello.
Oh, hello, you alright?
Oh, you're not my usual guy.
No, he's off sick at the minute.
You can come in if you like, though.
You're right, I love my fucking record. Leave it sit, yeah?
Oh.
Nerviosismo.
To the cryptocurrency crash that has traditional markets on edge. One of the largest exchanges in the world, FTX, collapsed this week after a chain reaction set off by a leaked document that raised questions about the company's finances. Here's a look at how it all went down and the aftershocks now shaking the financial markets by the numbers. $500 million worth of FTT tokens. That's how much a competing exchange called Binance pulled out of FTX following the sales sent
Espero que te asfixies y ya espero que te asfixies.
Mate, are you a fucking Mexican?
Aye.
Are you ready?
You a crypto guy?
I am, mate, yeah. Nice to meet you.
I'm Moomin Man, how you doing?
Moomin Man, fucking hell.
You want a
Do you mind if I sit with you a minute?
You want a pint?
I'd love a pint, mate.
All right, brother.
Oh. I'm drinking inches, please, mate.
Inches?
Yeah.
All right.
One of them, yeah. Awesome. Ah, legend, mate.
There you go, brother.
Thank you so much, bro.
No bother.
Cheers.
Stand your bar. Enjoy.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been dabbling in this crypto shit for a while, but I just keep fucking losing all my money, man.
You're in the shit coins, are you?
Yeah. Squid Game was the worst one, man. I actually made a few grand in that, and then it got rugged. Celsius fucked me up. Luna, all got rugged, man. The only money I've got now is a little bit of Bitcoin, but even that's not really barely moving anymore, man. Like it goes up a bit, but it's not doing much.